In this video, I'll be sharing with you how your pre-law will affect your performance in law school. Kung malayo man ang natapos mo sa law school, huwag kang mag-alala kapatid. I'll be sharing with you some pro tips for you to adjust. I got you fam, coming right up. Hi, my name is Lex and welcome to Lex in Motion. In this channel, I'll be helping you build your competence, confidence, and capability in law school. Start today by hitting the subscribe button below. New videos are posted every Friday. The Supreme Court requires a particular number of units in English, Filipino, History, Mathematics, and by express provision of the law, the Rizal course. Kung tutuusin, hindi naman tinitignan ng batas kung saan ka nakagraduate ng college o ano ang tinapos mo. Ang kailangan lang ay pasok ka sa minimum dahil kailangan mo ng English for you to be able to argue correctly. Filipino para sa pagsusulat ng mga sinumpaang salaysay at kasunduan ng pagbili ng lupa. All the rest confers upon us some vicarious advantage, one way or another. Kung pumasa ka na ng PHILSAT, there arises in your favor the presumption that you have met the minimum requirements for you to become a lawyer. All other skills like writing, arguing, and correlating the various provisions of the law, you will most certainly learn in law school. Hindi sinusukat ng PHILSAT ang skill mo bilang future lawyer. It's a mere assurance that you have what it takes to become a lawyer. Kaya alisin mo na kapatid ang lahat ng pagdududa mo kung kakayanin mo ba ang law school. Pag pumasa ka na sa PHILSAT, no question, you have the minimum requirements. Sa law school mo na matututunan lahat ng kailangan mo para maging abogado. The big message this week is this: your pre-law degree matters but only to a point. Lahat ng kailangan mong skills sa law school, you'll pick up during the first 2 years in college. This will be confirmed by the PHILSAT. Kung shoot ka sa verbal, non-verbal reasoning at konting math, okay ka na kapatid. All the other things you'll pick up in college ay bonus na lang yan. Bonus ang madali kang makakahanap ng trabaho. Bonus ang makakapasok ka sa trabaho na may dadagdag sa experience mo bilang working law student. Bonus din ang naaral mo na nung college ang mga first time lang mababasa ng classmates mo. Here's a list of the pre-law degrees I'll be discussing. Please feel free to skip ahead sa parts na kailangan mo. I'll start with engineering, IT, and computer sciences. Second, you have your allied medical sciences, BS Biology, BS Chemistry, and Nursing. Business administration, business management, and psychology. Education, political science, history, and economics. Criminology, AB English, mass communications. Legal management, and finally, accountancy. Engineering, IT, and computer services. Kung ito ang tinapos mo kapatid at papasok ka ng law school, let me tell you right now, wala na, finish na. Uwian na dahil sa mga na-interview ko para sa episode na to, the graduates of engineering, IT, and computer sciences had the most difficult time in law school. Kidding aside, engineers have two things going on for them. First, they have extreme problem-solving skills. They are able to see solutions that most law students might not immediately see. Second, right out of the board exams, madali sa'yo ang pera kapatid. Madali kang makakahanap ng trabaho. The disadvantages for engineering graduates include: 1. They are unable to express their solutions. Kung noong college ka kapatid ay pwede na ang X is higher than 1. Therefore, the structure will hold. Ay, hindi na yan uubra sa law school. Examiners want to see how you arrive at a particular answer and that it must be written in a form that they want. Second, engineers may have a hard time keeping up with law school as working students. Kadalasan kang matatapon sa area na napakalayo sa law school mo. My recommendation kapatid is for you to read more cases. This will allow you to familiarize yourself with the kind of English language that the Supreme Court, the law, and our textbooks use. I'll be doing a video on remedial English in the future. For now, you can start with more cases. Second, if your employment so allows, find a schedule where you won't have to travel too far from your site to law school, usually sa kainitan pa ng rush hour. If you're not yet enrolled, you can consider taking executive classes that meet only during the weekends. Now let's talk about the allied medical professions. BS Chemistry, Biochemistry, Physics, and Nursing. They have the most radical shift in terms of career choices. Marami ang nasa law school ngayon dahil hindi nila minahal o hindi sila minahal ng math noong high school and eventually college. Struggle sa nursing graduate ang law school dahil wala nga daw drawing ang mga textbooks. The nearest to drawings you can get would be the flowcharts that discuss the remedies in civil procedure. Nursing graduates deserve a special mention because they may have been forced by their parents and other family members to take up the course na maganda raw ang trabaho sa Canada at London. Alam din natin ang struggles nila pagdating sa practical exercises na kayo pa mismo ang magbabayad sa hospital para lang maging utusan sa ward alang-alang sa grades. I feel your struggle, kapatid. Law school could be the fresh start that you need. Medical professionals and nursing graduates fall into two sides. They are either extremely motivated by the fresh start, the bagong simula, and they tend to do very well in class as full-time students, or they are frustrated because they do not have the English writing skills, the problem solving, and the ability to argue. My recommendation, kapatid, is to invest a little time and effort into remedial English. Second, nurses and chemists have enhanced test-taking skills because of the hours upon hours of practice for the board exams. Use that to your full advantage. Finally, tulad ng mga engineering graduates, ang mga nasa biochemistry and chemistry have the option of practicing intellectual property law. There's a lot of money to be made in this field, and for other lawyers to practice it, they need a number of units in chemistry and engineering. Ikaw, kapatid, hindi na. Business administration, business management, and psychology graduates. When I asked my sources, bro, anong nadala mo mula college na napakinabangan mo sa law school? The unanimous answer was, wala. Anong nadagdag sa'yo ng pre-law mo? Pag-apak mo na sa law school, ay wala rin. Nahirapan ka bang maghanap ng trabaho after college? Oo naman. For what it's worth, sila ang may average communication skills, average writing skills, and average problem-solving skills. They exemplify the idea that all we really need in law school we will learn during the first 2 years of college. My sources tell me that business courses are for people whose parents are already running successful businesses or whose parents are able to give them a substantial capital after graduation. The old way of starting from the bottom as a management trainee is the long and winding road to success. My recommendation is to rise above average and make the earnest effort to be better today than yesterday. You can rise up above mediocrity, but you have to decide to do that starting today. Education graduates, on the other hand, is where the story gets better. Some of the best professors I've had in law school were educators first. They were trained to teach and they learned the law thereafter. Now they make tons of money teaching the law, authoring books and running lectures for baristas and lawyers alike. Sa lawyers naman, that's for the MCLE or Mandatory Continuing Legal Education na requirement ng Supreme Court. Education graduates are able to view law school textbooks as learners. They are able to predict immediately and with a high degree of accuracy what is important and what's not important in the study of the law. They have high test-taking skills and above-average logic, writing, and problem-solving skills. Political science, history, and economics. Political science will teach you a good part of political law, the Constitution, and the 3 branches of government. Pero etong material nito ay napakababaw lang at kayang-kayang madiscuss yan during the first few meetings. These 3 courses have no downsides, except that the career options after law school are far and few in between. Pwede kang pumasok sa government service, diplomatic service, sa research at sa academe. Some companies accept legal assistants from the graduates of these courses, pero mahirap umunlad sa mga ganitong pwesto. PHILSAT, History, and Econ will teach you a decent command of the English language, above average logic and argumentation, and above average problem-solving skills. What you will learn from the law is going to be very shallow. Definitely not enough to say you know the law, the way a law student is expected to know the law. But you will have the right tools, the right skills to build a platform for success The same thing is true for criminology graduates. Their appreciation of the law during their undergraduate years is going to be very shallow, mababaw lang kapatid. At best, familiar sila sa batas, but they cannot go toe-to-toe against law students. AB English and Mass Communications. Sila rin ay isa sa mga old school na magandang pre-law and I am inclined to believe so. AB English will teach you high communication skills, high logic and argumentation. Mataas na rin ang reading comprehension mo, even for highly technical materials. Your writing skills will be above average. You can argue and argue well. But the argument and problem-solving skills is going to be one half of the equation. The other half is going to be learning the law forwards and backwards such that however way it's twisted and distorted, you can argue your way to the top. The problem with these courses is the hard limits on the employment options after college. You'll either work for a media firm, an elected official, or some other branch of the government service. Again, mahirap umunlad sa mga fields na to. At best, they're going to be your temporary stops as you work your way through law school. Pay is going to be decent pero hindi sapat para ayawan mo ang law school. Finally, you have legal management. The curriculum for legal management roughly approximates the things you'll have to learn in law school. Ito kadalasan ang pinupush sa atin ng mga magulang na abogado dahil kitang-kita talaga ang advantage nila during the first 2 years of law school. Yang IRAC method of answering and digesting cases ay kabisado na nila yan. Kung nalilito ka pa sa prejudicial questions, sila matagal nang nahilo at nakamove on sa ganyan. Legal management will give you excellent logic, excellent communication skills, and high understanding of the law. They are almost usually the students who have wanted to become lawyers coming out of high school. Ang disadvantage lang is that after college, struggle sigurado ang employment. You'll either work for law firms as a legal assistant or sa law firm ng mga magulang mo. In which case, kapatid, bilang bukod na pinagpala, kailangan mo ba talagang mamasukan sa iba? If you're a high school or senior high school student and you're watching this, the legal management degree is going to be one of the very best bets when it comes to law school. Just make sure that your parents can afford to send you to school all the way through law school with allowance na 1 or 2 taon sa delay. Matagal bago ka makatulong sa ekonomiya ng bansa at matatagalan rin bago ka mapakinabangan ng mga magulang mo. But the years spent in college plus law school gives you a chance to top the bar. Rounding up our list, you have your accountants. Accountants combine the best of all the degrees I've mentioned. If you have the math skills to be an engineer as early as high school and you're looking at law school a few years down the road, go for accountancy. Accountants also have the high test-taking skills of science courses because they have spent countless hours for the board exams. Employment is going to be easy or lucrative kahit kapapasa mo lang. If you're able to secure a spot in one of the top accounting firms of the country or even the Bureau of Internal Revenue, hindi mo na iisipin ang matrikula mo. Maning-mani sa'yo ang 65,000 pesos per semester. They also have an extreme understanding of the law, especially the civil code provisions on obligations and contracts, sales, negotiable instruments law, and of course, taxation. Let me take a minute to talk about taxation. Taxation is one of the biggest sources of delays in law school. Maraming bumabagsak sa tax, especially those who are coming from the sciences and even yung PHILSAT, history, and econ. Mataas ang mortality hindi dahil mahirap ang taxation, kundi dahil sa teaching methods. All of the professors who teach taxation in law school are always accountants and they try to teach taxation from the eyes of an accountant. Dito tayo madalas nahihilo at nalilito. If you are a CPA, papasa ka sa tax, walang duda. Now that we've discussed the strengths and weaknesses of your college degrees, let's talk about what you can do to adjust to law school. Tip number 1 is to think of law school as just like any school you've been to. You have spent about 15 years in school, mula kinder and up to the present, and that means a lot. Every assignment, every activity, and every moment you've spent in a classroom has added something to you, kapatid, for you to excel in law school. Apply the basics. Pumasok ng maaga, gumawa ng assignment, at huwag magpupuyat kung hindi naman kailangan. Maging magalang sa guro, huwag mangopya at mag-aral ng mabuti. These are very small things, very little things kapatid, pero malaki ang dagdag nito sa pagtatagumpay mo sa law school. Tip number 2, work with what you have. Your bachelor's degree has conferred to you some advantages and you need to capitalize on that as you work your way through law school. Halimbawa, sa legal management, tad-tad ka na sa civil law. Alam mo na yan dati pa, but that's not an excuse for you to slack off. Huwag maging petics dahil lang alam mo na yan. Again, our shared goal in this channel is for you to find the very best version of yourself. To be better today than yesterday in small, incremental steps. Use the repetition of lessons for you to gain more mastery. Tip number 3, work on what you do not have. We come into law school with 1 or 2 flaws that keep us from becoming the best version of ourselves. Maaaring kulang ka sa disiplina para maupo at mag-aral. Maaaring alam mo ang sagot pero struggle sa'yo ang pagsusulat nito. Pwedeng inaral mo naman pero nabablangko ka lang sa recitation. These are issues that you need to work on. Working on what you do not have means going out of your way to look for materials that will help you improve your analytical thinking, your command of the English language, and your test-taking skills. This will require you to spend more than 4 hours over and above the day's lessons. Bukod sa daily grind mo, bes, ay kailangan mo rin ng extra time and effort to work on what you do not have. Tip number 4, magpapantay din ng lupa. If you somehow feel left behind in your political law dahil sa mga classmates mong batak na batak sa Bill of Rights, okay lang yan kapatid. Inaral nila yan nung college pa at patuloy na pinahasa ng panahon. Believe it or not kapatid, these advantages of having prior knowledge or familiarity of the subject, eventually mawawala rin yan. This usually happens during the latter part of your second year in law school. When that time comes, your success in law school will be determined not by your pre-law degree, but by your analytical thinking, your ability to understand codal provisions, and the way you express yourself. Tiyagain mo lang ang unang taon mo sa law school. Yan lang naman ang mahirap. Once you get your momentum, I'm telling you right now, kapatid, you will be unstoppable. Tip number 5, trust the process. There's a good solid reason why you're in law school right now. With the degree that you have, hindi aksidente na industrial engineering ang natapos mo, pero gusto mo ngayong maging abogado. All of these things might not make sense to you in the here and now, but trust that you're exactly where you need to be doing exactly what you need to do. God is writing a beautiful story in your life. Tiyaga lang kapatid, tiwala lang kapatid, at magiging abogado ka rin. Salamat kapatid kung inabot mo ang ending. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share this video for good law school karma, and I'll see you next Friday.